Someone left a comment saying my channel keeps whipping Modi, BJP, and Paki Sharma. I must solemnly declare that yes, whipping Modi and BJP makes me happy. My viewers like it too, giving me thumbs up, which helps me earn some living expenses to survive in this harsh world. However, I have never whipped Paki Sharma. I have stressed multiple times that she is my goddess. All my criticism of her stems from love. I want to help her cure her knowledge gaps and logical flaws to become more dignified. In fact, I am very grateful to Paki Sharma. Whenever I don't know what video topic to pick, I open her column on First Post. I always find topics that make me happy. My mission is to pass this joy to my viewers while incidentally treating my goddess. Paki Sharma posted a video in her column talking about India pushing an independent browser plan. She introduced the Yola browser, which won first prize in a competition, claiming it as India's self-developed product. Paki Sharma explained that browsers, as key entry points to the internet, can collect vast amounts of user data. These data are held by American companies because mainstream browsers like Chrome, Safari, and Edge are products of American firms. She expressed deep concern, believing this threatens India's tech security. She also speculated that if the US government ordered a deactivation of Chrome in India, India's internet would collapse. This is obviously unacceptable to the Bharat Empire. India must have its own browser. She mentioned that China banned WhatsApp, X, and other US software, launching alternatives like WeChat and Weibo domestically. Chrome is the most used browser among Chinese people. Thus, replacing it with a domestic alternative would be very difficult for India. But this is not a reason for them to give up. Honestly, I feel quite sad. I often watch my goddess's videos, but she has never watched mine. I have reminded her multiple times to avoid discussing fields she doesn't understand, especially tech topics like 5G, AI, operating systems, chips, and various apps. As I mocked in my video the day before yesterday, India's so-called independent operating system BOS is based on Debian Linux. It's just a customized UI, far from self-developed, with no core technology whatsoever. Browsers like Ola are fundamentally repackaged Chrome products built on Google's open-source Chromium project. In fact, browsers like Edge are also improved versions of this project. Most popular browsers worldwide are based on open-source cores like WebKit, Chromium, or Gecko, developed with JS engines like V8. Without these open-source projects, building a highly usable browser is indeed a complex, extremely difficult task. Companies capable of creating browsers from scratch must be impressive, mastering core technologies. However, once these open-source projects provide ready-made core functions with public source code, the barrier to browser development drops significantly. Anyone who can read the code, call APIs, and customize some UI or extensions can produce a new browser. This hardly counts as mastering core technology. It's nothing to brag about. The reason Chinese people use Chrome is simple. It's a Google product with stable performance and transparent architecture, posing no significant security risks. China has plenty of domestic browser companies offering rich product choices. We know these are mostly Chrome repacks. So why not use the original? Whether on PCs or phones, Chinese browser vendors hold the second largest market share globally, just behind the US. Browsers stopped being a core competitive area in IT long ago. India jumping into this cold dish now is puzzling. The Bharat Empire really has no noteworthy tech to hype. It has been completely left behind in all cutting-edge fields like AI, chips, operating systems, and 5G, unable to even grab an entry ticket. Paki Sharma's worry about browsers collecting Indian user data is pure nonsense. Collecting user data is the default behavior of all popular apps. They inform you upfront. You can accept it or not use the product. Apps like TikTok, YouTube, WeChat, and Facebook all collect user data. Browsers aren't special. India barely has any social platforms or apps with global influence. Using American companies' products means facing the fact that your data gets collected by them. Her claim that China bans US apps is also nonsense. China has public laws that all companies, including domestic ones, must follow. Apple and Microsoft comply with China's laws, so their apps and services operate normally and join the market. Google and Facebook refuse to comply, so their services can't operate in China. This is completely different from the US banning Huawei, DJI, BYD, or trying to remove TikTok. The US could publish unified laws for Chinese firms to follow. Instead, the US government brutally suppresses Chinese companies, a typical bandit move. The Modi government once banned Chinese apps on a large scale too, citing national security, just like the US. Sadly, after TikTok and others left India, they still thrived. Indian firms failed to fill the gap, letting US companies dominate India's market. It boils down to Indian companies' weak strength and lack of competitiveness. They can't make great products, fear others' products threaten security, and might as well retreat to the Stone Age where using nothing is safest. Not all data matters. Bharat men using Chrome to browse porn or watch pirated movies produce worthless data. There's no need to panic. As for the US government ordering Chrome deactivation, I'm utterly baffled. This lacks feasibility and purpose. Beyond Chrome, there are plenty of open-source browsers like Firefox. Based on Chromium alone, numerous third-party browsers exist. The US government couldn't cripple another country's internet with such a crude tactic. It's impossible. My goddess should bolster her basic knowledge or consult DeepSeek before making shows. Check if your video scripts are too foolish. Compared to browsers, hardware like phones and computers, communication devices, and operating systems are the real links tied to security risks. Tightening control over these, using domestic alternatives, can effectively boost data security and prevent monitoring by repeat offenders like the US government. As for Indian browsers better supporting India's many languages, I'd tell my goddess that adding language packs is enough. No need for a new browser. The Indian government could save that money to strengthen basic education. What India lacks now isn't flashy, hollow independent browsers. It's basic scientific and cultural literacy among most people. Like you, my goddess.